Grayscale. It is a very powerful rendering technique that allows you to master your lighting and value first before you ever touching a single color. So why does it so often result in a drawing that feels muddy and grey? In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how I finished my drawing going through from grayscale to color, so you will never have to deal with the muddy rendering again. I'm aiming for a cozy summer midnight and a drawing inspired from the traditional Japanese summer event. My goal is to capture that peaceful cinematic vibe where the light is lit up by the soft glow of fireworks. I will start with a basic value first. Since this is a top-down composition that we will not see the sky, instead I decide to paint a leak on the ground to reflect the fireworks. Pretty hierarchical, I know. I've been to Japan for many times, but somehow I always manage to miss the actual event, so I guess I will just paint one to feel like I was there. At this stage, I don't rush to the detail. I like to nail the lighting first, and this is where the magic happens. I put a gradient map on top, and a lot of people struggle with the grayscale because they try to snap color by using overlay or the color moves, which I think is quite hard to control. But with a gradient map, I can define the entire color palette in just one click. Just like my reference, the highlights gets the warm orange of the fireworks, and the shadows gets the midnight blue-gray. On top of that, I use a color balance to bring back the local colors, like the skin tones and the whites of the yukata. And these methods handle values, atmosphere, and local color all at once. I start getting into detail once the mood is ready. I put an overlay layer in here for fine-tuning the light source and shadows. And I like to put the sketch layer and all my color adjustment layer into one folder and directly paint on top of them. Cause I like how it saved me so much time instead of cleaning up a very detailed line art. But you can go with whatever you're comfortable with. And from here, it is all about rendering the character. No fancy trick or shortcuts from here, just a process of constant rendering and refining. So if you are more interested with the environments, please feel free to skip to this time code for the background explanation. And finally, we have the background. I want to recommend a method that took me a few trials to figure it out, which is Binarization. You can start with a real-life photo and set the value to whatever you think is good. This immediately gives you a simplified light and shadow maps. You can apply separate gradients to the light and dark areas. And then you can use the brush to add some simple texture. The best part of this is that you can see the result instantly before you ever start detailing. You can use liquify to adjust the shape in order to fit into your composition. It will help you blend the item way better with your own style than just using a preset stamps or brushes. But back when I was working on this piece, I haven't quite figured out the binarization feature yet. I was mostly relying on my gut feeling to block out the values. But now that you know the heads, you can live way better life than I did. So honestly, I'm gatekeeping nothing from you. So I think I deserve a sub for that, right? For the firework reflection, I tried a few different assets but chose a more dramatic one because the water texture was already quite busy, and I didn't want to make things too compressed or mess things up. And then I add a gaze in the foreground just to create that extra bit of depth. And boom, there you go. A beautiful night view fireworks illustration. Alright, that's all for today. I hope this video gave you some inspiration for your own work. If there's anything else you would like to know, feel free to leave a comment. And I will see you next time. Bye bye!